Well, hello there YouTube peeps, modelers. Welcome to an update from MyFactoryModels MFM on the old school German HANOMAG Sdkfz 251. So this is just a brief update. We have actually made progress. Slowly, but we're getting there. So the tracks are on. Are tracks ever easy to get on? No, well, not with me. And although I mustn't be too hard on myself, because this is my first armour kit in 1/35th scale, so which I'm enjoying immensely at the moment. Great thing to pick up and mess about with. So the tracks are on, and it has to be said, for a kit that's nearly 50 years old now. It is an impressive kit for its time. Okay, the tracks are slightly out of date, but they're still pretty excellent for that time. Problems that I ran into were putting the track on. The back drive wheels actually snapped off, although it did stretch. It was too tight, the stretch, and it snapped one of the wheels off. So I thought, well, yeah, that's great. So what I'll have to do now is probably re-glue it back on with some super glue, which in the event, due to other unforeseen circumstances, I had to quickly glue it in with the regular polystyrene cement, the Revel cement, and which seems to have done it. For some reason it held in it. It hadn't even been cemented in there that long. I was just testing something out. It was just one of those things that all suddenly came together, which was nice. The only thing you've got to watch, incidentally, when you're putting your wheels on, is you've got to get them in the right order, which I didn't, of course, and I had to end up taking some of them off. But you do get a pretty good description in the older instructions. They're pretty clear there, although I must admit I missed this part. Looked at everything else and missed that little one for some reason. The track instructions, the attachment of the tracks here, that is actually quite a clever idea, although it's probably it was very fiddly, put it that way. I didn't get it in on my first attempt. It took me about 3 or 4 times, and even then I had to use a blunted cocktail stick to push one of these rubber rods, if you like, one of these rubber connectors here through the tank track square, through its hole. You get one in first, then you push the other through. It looks straightforward, and it kind of should be, but I did have a few problems there. But anyway, they're on now. It's not too bad a job. Concocted my own track colours, which work pretty well. The only thing I'm not too keen on is there are, due to the stretch in the track, because these are rubber, this is why I kind of think I prefer the new link ones really. It does stretch a gap there, which I'm sure sort of advanced modelers can find ways around, and they've got ways of dealing with that. I haven't at the moment. So you can see a sort of gap there and here, so you kind of do see a little gap. There it goes, the whole model's smashed now. You do see a little gap there, but if you had this in a diorama, you wouldn't really notice that, and to be honest, it's not something that really bothers me. I mean, there's a little point there protruding out, which you could probably cut off, but because these rubber tracks are so sort of fickle, you cut one little bit, you can ruin the whole thing, and I didn't want to meddle any more in the tracks. As far as I was concerned, they're on. They don't look too bad. They do look like a German HANOMAG World War II tracks pretty much, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm happy with that. What I did, oh yeah, the other problem I had was because I didn't want the tracks just stretching out like a rubber band, because they just do not look convincing. There's no kind of realism there. So, in real life these things are steel, so they're going to be weighted down on the bogies, on the, on your wheels, on your drives. So, like a lot of people, I guess, I stuck that down with some super glue and then clamped them. Only problem with that is I did damage one of the tracks on the other side due to clamping it. here. Not badly. Probably get away with that by, you know, oh, it's debris or something that the tracks have picked up. But you know, you can see the gap there on the track there that's apart. But yeah, so these were glued down, and the super glue didn't actually work, even though they were clamped down for quite a long time, till the next day. These actually lifted up, so I've had to re-glue them, and it's caused a lot of messing around. And what it's done, it's created a lot of kind of gloss, tiny gloss pools in certain areas of the wheels on both sides. But once it's got another coat of matte clear varnish on it, you won't really notice that. So I can map that out. Front wheels are on. Done some painting on the hull. That's been sealed with clear. There's going to be another layer of that. Possibly more paint effects. I don't want to weather it too much. I didn't put. One thing I've not done, which is kind of fashionable now, is pile in loads of like hodgepodge, Mod Podge. I don't know whatever you call it. Piles of this dirt stuff in there, which to me just looks kind of just too overdone. It's fun and all that. I get it, but to me, I'd rather not have, you know, piles of mud all stuck in there. So I've got some slight areas of rust, not too much again. Tried to keep it pretty minimal. Just a few bits of dirt smearing in the tyres, stuck in the tyre treads here. And so all I've got to do now is paint the rest of the parts up and attach them to the rest of the kit. So that's it's on its way. So I've kind of got to grips with it. I think I've got over the hurdle. Like I say, it's my first 135 armour piece, so I'm pretty intrigued by the way it's going. Also quite pleased with the way it's going. You know, it is what it is. And again, for a 50-year-old kit, it is really enjoyable to build. Had no problems with it really at all. I mean, all the axle sections underneath went together perfectly. I had no problems with that at all. All fitted. Again, the only mistakes here on some of the axles were down to me. There was some bad moulding on a couple of the axles, you know, being an old kit, but most of them were actually fine. They all fitted in on the wheels. There was a couple I had to get the scalpel knife out and trim down a little to get the wheels on. Sorry you couldn't see it there. Yeah, there's a couple of axles didn't actually go into the wheel holes, but yeah, really enjoyable build. Really enjoying it now. Got into it, so just got to crack on and keep it moving. So thanks for listening and watching. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can show you. Not really. I've been practicing on the I'll quickly show you. I've been practicing on the crew, the infantry crew. So I'm working up the like the water bottles and the khaki packs. Still quite a lot to be done on those. I think so far I've got the flesh colour pretty close. Anyone who saw the last video, my waxing lyrical on the mixing of flesh colour paint, acrylic. So there's five of the infantrymen and crew to paint up, glue together. That is quite a slow process for me. I have to do 5 of them. You know, it's effort and focus. So there we have it. Thanks for watching and listening, and I hope the next update will have considerably, you know, really moved things along by that time. It should almost be finished. Or it could even be a reveal video. I'll just have to see how it goes. But thanks for listening and watching, and thanks to any new subscribers, and see you all on the next video. Bye for now.